All right, get this. We are diving deep, deep into the Urantia book today.
Oh, yeah?
And let me tell you, it's going to get interesting. Paper 143,
Okay.
Going Through Samaria.
Wow. Samaria.
Yeah, Samaria. Just setting the scene here.
Yeah.
27 AD.
Yeah. Tensions are high.
Tensions are high. Jesus and the apostles are like, we got to get out of Jerusalem.
They're fleeing. They're going north.
They're out of there. But you can't just say Samaria and just like move on.
No.
Like that's the historical baggage between the Jews and the Samaritans. Intense.
It's a minefield, right.
Yeah.
It's a cultural and religious minefield.
Even for the apostles, that's got to be a big deal.
Absolutely. Big time. And, they're going into this area, and it's not just the Samaritans. They're encountering Greeks, Romans, and they're trying to spread this message.
Okay, so wait, stop. You're an apostle. You've seen some things, right?
Oh, yeah.
You are fired up about this message. Miracles. And then you try to explain this to someone who's like worshiping gladiators.
Totally different worldview.
What happened?
Well, you said it. They're worshiping gladiators. They're worshiping emperors. They're all about power, ambition, worldly success.
Yeah.
And the apostles are coming in saying, love humility. That's the way to go. And they're like, what?
It's turning the other cheek. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you're going to get crushed.
Right. So how does Jesus respond to that? Does he tone it down?
No.
Does he try to make it fit in?
He doubles down.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He gets fired up. He gives this passionate, powerful defense of his message and his followers.
Okay, I gotta know. What does that sound like? Give me some of that Jesus energy.
He's talking about how his Father rules the entire universe, not with force, but with love, divine love, unconditional love.
But isn't that what everyone else is saying is weak?
He says it's the most powerful force in existence.
Okay, so he's not just saying love wins. He's saying something much bigger.
He's reframing the whole idea of power.
And what about the apostles? How are they handling this?
They're lit. They're feeling empowered. They're starting to see themselves as pioneers of this new way of life.
That takes guts, though.
Oh, immense courage. But also these incredible rewards. It's not about being weak. It's about tapping into a different kind of strength.
It makes you think about those early Christians who faced persecution. What gave them that kind of unwavering faith?
It had to be the transformative power of Jesus' words. He took this idea of love and showed them how to live it out, even in a world that didn't understand. As amazing as this new perspective was, though, it wasn't always easy.
Oh, tell me about it. You think you've got something figured out, and bam! Life throws a curveball. What happened?
This time it was poor Andrew.
Andrew, what did he get himself into?
Well, he was brave enough to point out what seemed like a contradiction in Jesus' teachings.
Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of that. What kind of contradiction are we talking about?
It all circles back to self-mastery, right? John the Baptist, he preached self-denial. But Jesus, he seemed to be saying something different, something more.
Okay, I'm intrigued. It's like one is all about restriction and the other is, I don't know, more expansive. Help me out here.
Exactly. It's a huge distinction. John's way was very much of his time. Suppress the ego, deny your desires, like really rigid.
Yeah, kind of sounds like a recipe for a constant internal battle.
Right. But Jesus, he was advocating for a total transformation from within, fueled by the spirit of truth.
Okay, I'm starting to see the difference. So instead of a constant no to yourself, it's about tapping into a power that's already there, guiding you towards something higher.
Yes. It's not about struggling to be good enough on your own. It's about allowing that inner transformation to guide your actions.
Easier said than done, am I right? Even the apostles, with Jesus right there with them, they struggled at times, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely. These were people from all walks of life with their own baggage. Plus, the pressure of their mission, the constant opposition, it's a lot.
So tensions were running a little high. Understatement of the century. How did Jesus handle that? Lay down the law, give them a seminar on conflict resolution.
You might be surprised by this one. He took them on a retreat. A 3-day getaway to Mount Sardaba.
Wait, a retreat? That's actually kind of brilliant.
Right. Sometimes you just need to change the scenery. But it gets even more interesting. He gave them a very specific rule for this retreat.
Oh, I do love a good rule. What was it? No gossiping?
Even better. He told them no talking about their problems. At all.
Oh, seriously? I can barely go an hour without complaining. How did that go over?
Surprisingly well. The text tells us they came back totally different. Refreshed, renewed, like they had literally shed their worries on that mountain.
A no complaining retreat. Okay, first of all, genius. But also, how? Like, did they all just sit in stony silence for 3 days straight? I need the details.
It really is amazing, like just the idea of choosing rest and reflection over, hashing it out. It's such a powerful reminder that sometimes stepping away is the best way to move forward.
It's like that saying, don't make any decisions when you're angry. Sometimes you just need some distance, right?
Exactly. And that's what that mountain retreat provided. Distance, perspective, a chance to reconnect with something bigger than themselves.
And it worked. They came back completely transformed. So where do we go from here? Back to those simmering tensions in Samaria.
Oh yeah, the plot thickens. Remember how the apostles went into Sychar to gather supplies?
Well, Jesus took a break by Jacob's well. Please tell me we're about to delve into that story. The woman at the well. It's one of my favorites.
It's a classic for a reason. So picture this. Jesus is sitting by the well, tired from the journey. A woman approaches. We'll call her Nolda.
Nolda, I love that. Okay, go on.
And here's where it gets really interesting. For Jesus, a Jewish man, to even acknowledge a Samaritan woman, let alone speak to her, totally taboo.
Scandalous.
Exactly. But Jesus, being Jesus, throws convention right out the window. What does he do? He asks her for a drink of water.
Such a simple act, but so profound in that context.
Right. And Nalda, you can imagine she's taken aback. But Jesus uses this simple request to introduce one of the most powerful metaphors in all of Scripture, living water.
Okay, break it down for me. What does that even mean, living water?
It's about a different kind of thirst, you see. It's about the longing for something more, something deeper than just, quenching your physical thirst.
The thirst for a life that's truly fulfilling, a life connected to something bigger.
Yes, and it's in this exchange that Jesus really sees her. He pierces through all of her defenses, all of the pain and regret she's carrying, and he offers her this profound truth.
And then he says those incredible words, I who speak to you am he.
Chills. Every single time.
It's the first time he explicitly declares his divine nature, and he does it with someone considered an outsider, someone ostracized by her own community.
The power of that moment, it's immense.
It completely transforms her. She runs back to Sychar and tells everyone about this encounter, about the man who saw right through her and offered her living water.
It's like that one encounter sparked a chain reaction. It reminds me of that quote, be the change you wish to see in the world.
Or in this case, be the love. And it's contagious. So we've got the apostles learning about self-mastery on this mountain retreat. We've got this incredible encounter at Jacob's well that highlights Jesus's compassion and his willingness to defy expectations. And it all culminates with Jesus teaching this large crowd in Sychar.
It's a whirlwind of a story.
And amidst all the excitement, the healings, the teachings, Jesus takes this moment to talk to his followers about prayer and worship. And what does he say? He emphasizes that it's not about rituals or empty words.
It's about a personal connection, a one-on-one conversation with the divine.
That's so powerful. But it's not just about our own personal connection either, right?
Absolutely not. It's about taking that connection and letting it flow outwards into our actions, our interactions with the world.
He's talking about balancing contemplation with action, seriousness with joy.
It's about embracing the fullness of life, all of it.
And just when you think it can't get any deeper, he leaves them with that incredible image of worship as striking step with eternity.
I get chills every time I hear those words.
Me too. Yeah. It's such a powerful image, right? It's like, how do we bring that sense of the eternal, the infinite, into our everyday lives?
It's a beautiful question.
Yeah.
And one that I think we'll be exploring for the rest of our lives.
It's definitely given me a lot to think about.
That's it for our deep dives today, but we'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you strike step with eternity in your own life? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time.